I actually wasn't going to make a video about religious issues or anything, but since it is once again becoming an issue in this election season, I would like to get some thoughts out here from my own perspective so that everyone is clear about my viewpoints on the matter. First of all, I am a very tolerant person. I don't denigrate Christians or any other people of other beliefs in any way. What I am against is any kind of fundamentalism, whether that includes religious fundamentalism, market fundamentalism, a communist fundamentalism, or whatever. I believe that does not foster tolerance on this planet, and even those who believe in certain scriptures will have to admit that everyone on this planet is supposed to get along. And if you happen to believe in an afterlife, which I personally don't, but if you happen to believe so, then what you do here on this planet will count to some degree sometime later. So I have to agree with Joe's video today regarding this whole McCain-Hagee issue, the gathering of votes from the religious right, the religious fundamentalists, so to speak, Clinton has been doing the same thing, speaking at having interviews at the Christian broadcasting station or whatever. And I believe that this is a very misguided effort it's not even a partisan issue, you know. We live in the 21st century, folks, and we need to recognize that religion, for whatever it's worth, has not solved all problems and has, in many cases, made them worse. And so I'd like you to consider that. And our nation was not founded on the belief in strict scripture of the Bible, contrary to what revisionist historians are now saying. And I believe any kind of religious fundamentalism, whether it is Christian, Muslim fundamentalism, whatever, it's not going to solve problems. It's just going to make them worse. And we have to come to an understanding here on earth that we all have to share our resources and try to be kind to each other rather than chopping each other's heads off for the sake of dogma of any kind of religion or a dogma per se. The United States is at a turning point, and a turning point in terms of law, the revision of laws in our Congress. And so Resolution 888 in the House is dangerous to the point of being very dangerous, because it enshrines Christian religion into law. And some Democrats have signed on to this, some Republicans. I hope that cooler heads will prevail to see it for what it is, namely a softening for very narrow-minded beliefs which do not fit in a larger world. There was somebody who wrote, and I'd like to exchange this with you. Change beliefs about origins of the U.S. Step 2, a theocracy. The easiest way to make the U.S. into a Christian theocracy is to just rewrite American history, so that Americans grow up believing that the founders intended the U.S. to be a Christian theocracy. And So this is basically what is in the House Resolution 888. So let me give you a sense. Whereas in 1777, Congress, facing a national shortage of Bibles for our schools and families and for the public worship of God in our churches, announced that they desired to have a Bible printed under their care and by their encouragement, and therefore ordered 20,000 copies of the Bible to be imported into the different ports of the states in the Union. Now, whoever wrote this is an outright lie, and it can be proven historically. Whereas Congress in 1789, Congress, in the midst of framing the Bill of Rights and the First Amendment, passed the first federal law touching education, declaring that religion, morality, and knowledge being necessary to good government and the happiness of mankind, schools and the means of education shall be forever encouraged. Now, this quote is completely out of context, and it is and it is another lie within that context. And so on it goes. And I just want to make it very clear, I am very much against the Hagi crowd, Christian and Muslim fundamentalism of any kind. Any kind of fundamentalism is a bad thing if you can't put yourself into somebody else's shoes. You know, we're all humans and we interpret things in different ways, and so this isn't exactly fostering tolerance of any kind. And as you may have noticed, you know, Jerry Falwell and Tammy Faye and Jim Baker, all of these scandals, basically these people essentially enriched themselves by appealing to the emotions of very well-meaning people, and then again later they had to apologize for their deeds, and it's just basically the whole thing is idiotic. It doesn't even go along with with even Christian philosophy at all. And so please be tolerant of other viewpoints, and if this video is going to garner me a lot of hate mail, which I'm assuming that it will do that, then rest assured I'm not going to answer that mail, because it's a waste of my time, and it's a waste of everyone else's time on here. You know, we have one planet to live on, and once life is over, it's gone. And that's my opinion about it. So I think we should be kind to each other rather than fighting each other in every way possible. Peace.